How's it going, guys? Welcome to another episode here on my channel. On this video, we are gonna go ahead and talk about the do's and don'ts and the basic rules of EV or Tesla public charging. Now, the very first thing that I would say as far as rules is that when supercharging or DC charging, only charge up to 80% of your battery capacity. Now, the reason why that is because the charging speed from 10% to 80% is at its fastest. However, the moment that you hit 80% and you still supercharge from 80 to 100%, the rate of charge or the speed of charge dramatically slows down at its slowest. Like, I tested one time, it took me 40 minutes to go from 80% to 100%, and that's just really slow. And you wanna hit the road, make good use of your time. Within that 40 minutes, you could be driving on the highway and have moved on 40 miles, 45 miles had you kept on going. So that's number one. When publicly supercharging, only charge up to 80%, nothing more, unless you absolutely have to, such as when you're like in the middle of nowhere in the country where the superchargers are like hours and hours apart. But I've never experienced that, and that's never really happened to me. So once again, 80%, that's the number. As you can see, I'm filming this video right now and there's nobody in the supercharger. There's like 20 stalls available, so it's not busy. But common courtesy, as soon as you're done supercharging, move your car as soon as possible within reason. I'm currently parked right now at a waiting area, and there's about at least 15 to 20 spots in the waiting area. Obviously, not really waiting. I'm just using this as a filming location in case this particular place is super busy, and there can be times that it's super busy. So definitely, whenever you're done filming, or not filming, whenever you're done supercharging, move your car as soon as reasonably possible so that others can charge as well. Now, in case you're charging at like an employee lot or a public charging such as a shopping mall, and you're using a J1772 adapter, do not unplug other people's EV. Now, that may be common sense, but there are a lot of other owners or people that are just unplugging it just to be a butthole. So don't do that. You can't unplug other people's charging when they are charging their car while they're out shopping. Don't do that. Don't be one of those people, because that's just bad karma right there. Another rule, guys, as soon as you are done charging, you have to put back the charging cord back to its proper place. It's really easy. You take it out, you put it right back in. You could be in a rush, don't just drop it on the ground. You don't want this thing damaged. This is basically one of the main reasons why we bought a Tesla, so that we're able to go ahead and conveniently supercharge, because there are so many charging stations all over the country. And that's what made Tesla number one in regards to the convenience of supercharging. They're all over the place, and they're much more reliable compared to other third-party networks such as Electrify America and EVgo. Another thing I do want to note, the actual cord of a supercharger is actually on the ground. That could be an indicator or a signal that the supercharger is not properly operating. So that's one thing I do want to add. Again, just if you know that the supercharger and the cord is working properly, put it right back to its place, because you don't want any miscommunication between the Tesla technicians and other people too when they could be using it. If you are a Tesla owner, you don't need to really go to third-party supercharging stations such as ChargePoint, Electrify America, or EVgo, unless you absolutely have to. Now, we all know supercharging for Tesla is #1 rated all over the country. You don't really need to go to other third-party stations unless you're really just running low on battery and all the supercharging station in Tesla is fully occupied, and the waiting list or the waiting of all other cars are just fully loaded. So only use third parties such as EVgo and Electrify America and ChargePoint if you only absolutely have to. If you are a Tesla owner, leave it to the Rivians and the Ford owners and all the other car brands. Stick with a Tesla. So this applies to other EV owners, other car brand owners for electric cars. With EVgo and Electrify America, only use the appropriate speed for your car. Let me give you an example. If you own a Chevy Bolt and you know that your Chevy Bolt can only take up to 150 kilowatt per hour, don't be parking your car and using a charging stall that actually can take or that can put out 350 kilowatt, because that's just not gonna work. It's not gonna make your charging speed a lot faster. So stick with your speed. Know your car's actual charging speed limit and only use that particular stall. Don't be charging at a 250 kilowatt rated stall if you know that your car can only take up to 150. Be courteous, be considerate, and that way the people that can take, such as a Cybertruck, it can take 350 kilowatt. You don't take their spot, because they would be just shaking their head and rolling their eyes when they see that a Chevy Bolt is taking up a 350 kilowatt rated stall when you can only take 150. As an owner, this is one of the things that you should know, so definitely be informed. If you are supercharging at a Tesla V2 Supercharger, and for those of you who know, they are the original one supercharging that Tesla came out with, you want to be apart from another car. You want to be one car apart, because these supercharging stalls for V2 superchargers, I'm going to go ahead and put a picture of what they look like so you know. Be one car apart so that you don't slow down another Tesla next to you, because as soon as you park and start charging, their rate of charge is also going to slow down because you're sharing the same power or stall. Now, in this particular case, this supercharger right here are the V3 or the V4 superchargers. So even though you're parked next to another Tesla, your car's speed charging is not jeopardized. Like, you could park next to it and you're not sharing or slowing anybody down. I'm only talking about the V2 superchargers, the original old ones from several years back. Let me go ahead and conclude this video by saying, whenever you're publicly charging at a supercharger by Tesla or a third party, just be courteous to the people around you. Don't litter, don't leave any of your garbage. You can play your music, but don't play it in a maximum volume. That could obviously be annoying to other people who don't like your type of music. So just play it at a sound that is reasonable. And the last but not the least, don't set other cars on fire, especially Tesla. That's just bad. You may have different political beliefs, Democrat, Republican, anti-EV, pro-Trump, against Trump, or anti-Elon or pro-Elon, don't matter. You could express your opinion, but in a non-violent way. So no setting cars on fire. Until then, my name is Adrian, and if you like my video, please hit like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next episode. Adrian out. Peace.